Hey, while you in the first 5 seconds of the video, go ahead, like and subscribe.
To the voice of the Lord thy God. So you hear that? He said, it shall come to pass. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. We want to show you who this book of Deuteronomy is being spoken to. It's to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's right. That's who it is. You familiar with the Bible? Yes, sir. All praises. So I'm about to show you our history in the Bible. Read. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. These are the words that Moses spake to all Israel, so he wasn't speaking to everybody. That's why we come out here and speak to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We speak to God's chosen people. That's right. Give me verse 15. Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou were not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord thy God. So if we didn't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, read. To observe to do all his commandments. To observe, that means to do, to make sure we pay attention in doing these things. What? Which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So, is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? What's your name, brother? Jerron. So is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? Right, so he says, if we don't listen, all these curses shall come upon us. Read, verse 16. Curse shall thou be in the city. So he said, curse shall thou be in the city. So when you think about the so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, do you think we are cursed in the city of Chicago? No? So the curse that we're going into, do we have violence in our communities? Yes, we do. Do we have drugs in our communities? Do we have people getting shot in our communities? Yes, we do. Do we have much black on black crime? So that is a curse. That's a curse, though, according to the Bible. Right. Cursed in the city. Think about a city where all blacks reside at, where no violence happens in. It doesn't happen because it's what we're saying. That's the curse. God said because we didn't listen to his words, he was going to curse us in every city. That's right. Right. Think about it. Los Angeles, Detroit, New York, LA, any city we go to, we curse as a people. Right. Read. Curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field. So it says, curse shall thou be in the field. So when will we curse as a people in the field? What's your name, brother? Karan? Come deal with me, bro. So it says, curse shall thou be in the field. When was we cursed as a people in the field? In slavery, right? We had to work the cotton fields. We had to work the tobacco fields. We had the sugarcane fields. We had to do all these things, right? This is documented in the Bible what was going to happen to us if we did not keep God's laws. Right. This is documented history. This is written over 4,000 years ago. Moses foretold that if we do not listen, that these things are going to happen to us. And of course, when we heard it, we didn't believe it. That's right. We didn't believe it because it's still holding true today. Who are the people that has the lowest wage jobs? Minority, which is us at the grand scope of things. Right. So it said that's being a curse in the field. That's having the most dangerous jobs. These people, this is the curse that we have. Let me show you something else. Give me verse 48. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. So God sent our enemies against us. And he's going to describe who this enemy is. Read. Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger. In hunger, so when we hungry, where do we got to get our food from? In slavery, where we had to get our food from. Right, and where we got to get it from today. Right, this is the curse. Right. These are the curses that are upon us. Right. Read. And in thirst. And in thirst, when we thirsty, where we got to get our drinks from? Right. If you want some alcohol, you want some Hennessy, who make that? If you want a Pepsi, if you want a bottle of water, they own all these different things. We got to go to them for in all things. Read. And in thirst and in nakedness. When you want some clothes, who you got to get them from? Right. This is the curse. Right. This is the curse. Read. And education, who you got to get that from? When you want to know about God, you want to be able to teach church, be a preacher, who you got to learn that from? You want a driver license, a birth certificate, all these different things that we got to get from our enemies. This is documented in the Bible what was going to happen to us. Read what you got.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon my neck until he has destroyed thee.
So he said that enemy is going to put a yoke of iron upon our neck. Didn't this happen to us?
Right.
Come check out the sun. All this happened to us, right? Being sold, yokes of iron on our necks. This is documented history. It says that enemy is going to put a yoke of iron upon our neck.
Right.
Read.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
So he said he's going to bring a nation against thee from far. Nobody else this happened to.
Right.
It's undeniable that this is talking about what happened to us during the transatlantic slave trade and during all that period of time. From 1492 until now. Read.
From the one end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
So what it says from, read that again.
From the end of the earth, as swift
Read.
as the eagle flieth.
He said from the end of the earth as swift as the eagle flieth. What is the symbol of America? The eagle. He further describes, he's giving us all type of clues so that we'll be able to wake up in these last days and be able to identify who we are today.
Right.
Give me verse 66.
Verse 6, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
It says, and among these nations thou shalt find no ease. Do we have ease here? It says, among these nations we shall find no ease. This is the curses that we're dealing with right now.
Right.
This is Brother Kahari? Yeah. This Officer Abel. My name is Abel. So look, we're talking about right now the curses that plague our people right here. We're going to see if you identify with this.
Right.
Quran, he been identified. He been saying, hey look, all this holds true today. So let's read.
And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
So amongst us black people, do we find ease here in America? Is it easy for us here? It says, among these nations thou shalt find no ease, because we didn't want to listen to what God, the commandments that he gave us.
Right.
So we're not going to have no ease. Read.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
That's why we got to work all day and all night, and we never get to the level that we're supposed to get to.
Right.
We got to work 10 times harder than them and still never make it to the level of our oppressor.
Right.
These are the curses.
That's right.
Because we don't want to follow what the Bible say do. We think that we got all the answers, but we don't. God laid out the blueprint for us to be successful. Read.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind.
Read that again.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart.
A trembling heart. What's that mean? What's a trembling heart? You want? What's a trembling heart? No, it says, among these nations you should have a trembling heart. Right. Right. So guess what? When do we have that fear and anxiety? When we get pulled over by the police.
Right.
Don't that fear and anxiety pump up into you? You can even not even be doing nothing wrong.
Right.
Right. Or that fear and anxiety is that you hearing gunshots in your neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you worried about somebody walking down the street with a hood on, like is he about to rob me?
Bring it up.
That's not having no ease. That's having a trembling heart.
Right.
Being fearful all the time. We are in constant fear. We're in constant stressful situations. Just walking out of our houses. Read.
And failing of eyes.
And failing of eyes. That means nothing ever good happens for us.
Bring it out.
That's that failing of heart. Every time things start going good, then something bad happens.
That's
Somebody gets shot in your family. You know what I'm saying? Somebody OD on drugs. Somebody get on drugs.
Right.
Somebody kids get to. It's all different type of things that happen, right? Just steady compiled. We so used to it though.
Right.
The stuff happens to us on a regular basis. We used to these things. But this is not normal. The way that we live our lives here is beyond not normal. Period. Read.
And sorrow of mind.
And sorrow of mind. What's that going into? said what? Stress and depression, sorrow of mind. So these are the things that we're dealing with. So read that, finish that verse.
And sorrow of mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life.
Right, so it says hang in doubt. That's that going into not knowing if you're going to live today or tomorrow.
Right.
That's that hang in doubt. These are the curses that God says is going to be upon us.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.